Hey y'all, I had sworn that I was not going to appear on video until I got over this freaking cold, but because my head is just one big huge snot bubble, it's horrible. I didn't want to gross y'all out with my mucus, but here I am because I wanted to pass a couple of little tips on to you. I have an entire, squeaky chair. I have like an entire little, mini tape for my player, for my recorder. I don't know what I'm talking about. I have an entire tape, like an hour-long tape with one of my Windows Movie Maker tutorials on it, but I have been too sick to feel like sitting here and uploading it to my computer and cutting it up and messing with it. So, one of the things I was going to do on a following tutorial was to give you guys some little tips on a few websites to go to help you spice up your videos a little bit. One of the things I recommend you do to help spice up your videos is to look into getting some cool fonts. And one of the places that I like best is 1001fonts.com. I'm sure I'll put it on the screen right in this general area. Another good place is fontdiner.com, which has retro ones. A lot of the ones they have there are for sale. You purchase a CD of them. I never have purchased a CD, although I have wanted to, because there's some awesome fonts that I would just love to have them. I never seem to have the $28 or how much ever they want for them. But there's also freebies on there, and I've got some really cute freebies. Warren25 got axed by YouTube, and I think there was something else behind it. Their excuse was that he had used copyrighted material in his video opening or something like that. Like he had used a piece of music that's, that he didn't own, that he didn't create himself. Well, who of us doesn't do that? And that's the reason they're giving for taking him off, but I find it really strange, because why would they randomly choose him when pretty much all of us do it? Not quite all of us, but a lot of us. And as Argent009 pointed out, when there's stuff on the frickin' home page, featured stuff, that's like entire animes or South Park episodes. I mean, complete, total rip-offs. I am not ballsy enough to ever take a TV show or a movie that isn't public domain and put it on my YouTube. I mean, that's just, and they don't do a thing about it. They feature the damn stuff. But because of all this uproar about using copywritten things in vlog entries, I have been looking around at something called music loops or sound loops, and I found a really cool site. I was actually looking for sound effects for, one of my goofy videos where I wear a wig and do a skit, and I wanted sound effects. So I went looking around the web, and there's quite a few places to get sound effects from, some better than others. But one of the really coolest sites that I found in a long time is flashkit.com. And they have sound effects, and they have these music loops, and they also have fonts. I haven't really looked around the fonts much, but they do have fonts. And it's supposed to be a site for people who make Flash animation, and resources for them. And people that are members on the site make this stuff and share it. And it's free, and there's absolutely no copyrights on any of it. It's just free for whoever wants it to use it. And some of the music loops are as short as just 1 second, and some are, 16, 20 seconds long. A few of them they have gotten from recorded music, but there is like a little loophole in the law that if you keep a sample of somebody's music down to a certain amount of seconds, I don't remember how much, but say you only use 5 or 10 seconds out of a piece of music, you're allowed to do that. You just can't use more than that. So a few of them are taken from, other people's music, but a lot of them have been created by these people that are on the site. And supposedly they're supposed to be where you can just put one after, the one clip repeated one after the other, and it flows smoothly. Some of them aren't very well made, and you get a little hiccup there when it goes to the next little clip. And that's free. You could probably even just Google sound loops or music loops and find other sites that offer those as well. But gosh, if you can't find something you like on flashkit.com, then you just are too picky. And here we are at 1001fonts.com. And I'm going to show you how to download a font. It's real easy. On this site, down here, over here on this black section, they have the fonts and categories such as brand name, calligraphy, caps only, comic, decorative, digital, foreign imitations, romantic and cute, sci-fi, etc. It really helps you find exactly what you want for your project. Also on the front page there are some tips and stuff, and lists of most popular and all that good stuff. I'm just going to show you real quick how to do this. I'll pick a font here at random. There's one called Joe Hand 2, and it's like a handwriting script sort of thing. Alright, I can see it, and I decide I want it, so I scroll down. And not all of these are available for Mac users. This one is only in Windows. Right here where the name is, I'm going to click it, and I'll get a pop-up that asks me if I want to open it or save it to my computer. I'm going to go ahead and open it. If you don't know how to unzip files, then this is going to be difficult, if not impossible. Okay, I am going to tell it to extract. Tell it OK. Okay, now you need to go down here, click Start. Once in Control Panel, you need to click on this icon for fonts. Double click it. Here we are at our fonts folder. I'm going to maximize it, make it a little less confusing. Can't see other stuff behind it. We're going to go up here to File, and then the drop down menu, we're going to choose from that Install New Fonts, and we'll get a dialog box. And in that dialog box, what they want us to do is go right here and choose where we have unzipped that font to. C drive, program files. Ooh, I've got a lot in there. Fonts. And there it is, Joe Hand 2. Unfortunately, this appears to be a trial version. Most fonts are free. I just managed to somehow pick a trial version. So we're going to double click that, and it shows up right here. Now if we were trying to add a lot of fonts, we could click Select All, or we're just doing one. So just click it, highlight it, click OK, and you see over here, oh, it's already installed. Well, yeah, I had a little problem and I had to redo this piece. But imagine that it wasn't already installed. It would show you progress here, would install in just a few seconds. What I do is I keep a little WordPad here. I keep a WordPad that has all of my fonts listed, and I type them out in that font so I can just scroll through and take a look and find just the right font for my project. Now this one's called Joe Hand, so I need to find where that would be. These are all alphabetical. Now I'm going to take you to my favorite place for music loops and sound effects. That will be flashkit.com, and there it is. And you see up here there's lots of good stuff to check out. I haven't even looked at movies, but they also have fonts and sound effects, sound loops, a gallery of some sort, but we're going to go to sound loops. But here you have the categories. You have different categories. Personally, I love the funk. I think that is so much fun. There's tons of good funk stuff on there. I've never checked out the country because I'm not a big country fan, but just for shits and giggles, let's check that out, shall we? Here's one. Banjo and chime. Strange combination, I'll bet. Let's take a listen. And you can see it's an 8-second long clip. It tells how big it is and all that stuff. And that one loops really cleanly. That's not bad at all. Here's another one. Usually it'll say a little bit about it, who created it, what it sounds like. A little 4-second long clip. I'm going to go back and pick something a little more me. The jazz stuff is kind of fun too. Just atmospheric jazz. Now that sounds like real music. Can't stand midis. It's an 18-second long clip, which is pretty long. They vary. That one's nice. But you see when it starts over, there's a little start there. It's like a little hiccup. And it's going to sound very obviously like it's starting over again. And what you want to look for if you're going to use it for any length of time, if you're going to actually loop it, is you want to look for something that doesn't have that little hiccup in it. Now I used this one on a video I did letting you guys know I was going to be out of town. And as someone pointed out, that is a little bit of the opening of King of the Road. And I didn't even notice this right here when I downloaded it. I was just in a hurry. And that one loops pretty well. I like this. This is very cool. Okay, say I wanted to download this one. It's called Charisma 2. And if I wanted to download that, what I would do is go over here where it says download with an exclamation point. Who would have thought? And here we are given a choice of different types of sound files that we can save it as. We can save a flash track, which since I don't do flash animation, I really don't know anything about using those. MP3 or a wave. Well, I'm going to save it as an MP3 usually, more often than not. So what you do is don't left click it like you're going to go to another link. Right click it. And from there, and I'm using Firefox browser. It may be worded a little bit differently on IE. I don't really remember, but here it's save link as, and I'm going to click that. I'll get this dialog box that gives me a choice of where I might want to save it, and I'm just going to save it. Let's see, I think in YouTube I have a folder for sound effects. That would be good enough, and I can just save it there. All done. Quick as that. Now all I have to do is get it and drop it down into Windows Movie Maker for where the music goes. And I can drop it over and over and over and over and just loop it for as long as I want to loop it.